Hello and welcome to Cook with Jeru. This is Dr. P from the College of Hospitality Management, Charlotte campus. If you graduate from Charlotte campus or if you are a current student or you visit Charlotte campus before, I'm sure you're familiar with where I am right now. But if you've never been here to Charlotte campus, I would like to welcome you to our amazing Hands Auditorium. Today I have one of the amazing TA that helping us today. So Sarah, would you like to say hi to everyone?
Hello.
Alright, so today I would like to show everyone one of my favorite Thai curry dish. Okay, most people ask me, Dr. P, is this a red curry? Actually it is, but what I'll be doing today is called Penang curry, and that is a little bit different in Penang's curry compared to other different type of curry. However, before I start talking to you guys about how we are cooking Penang's curry, I would like to talk to you guys a little bit about Thai cuisine. So Thai cuisine, if you do not know by now, Thai cuisine received a great influence from a couple of countries. You also know that we have amazing couple of dishes like noodles. If you see anything like stir fry noodles, most of the time we receive that influence from China. If you see curries, okay, basically we receive that influence from India. And the third country that might surprise you is actually Portugal. However, from Portugal, we received the influence on making a dessert, especially the one with egg yolks. Okay, so those are three countries that basically providing us with a great influence. Okay, so let's talk about Penang's curry. Okay, Penang's curry is one type of the red curry in Thailand, just like I told you. However, there are a couple of ingredients that added into Penang's curry that make it a little bit special. Okay. Oh, by the way, if I'm not sure if you have any questions, anyone asking question right now?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay, so feel free to ask questions. Sarah will basically read those out loud for me, and then that way I have a chance to answer to you guys. Okay, so let me have Sarah get closer to the ingredients that we have. Okay, so the first ingredients that I would like to show you. Okay, this is the chilies that called Tinjin Curry, and the second one is called Arbol, A-R-B-O-L. You can easily find these two dry chili from like Asian market. You can see the differences in size and in color. So for this recipe, to make it about 3 to 4 people, okay, portion size, I use about 10 of this dry curry. Okay, what you need to do is when you cook this, before you cook, you just need to cut it in half, take out the seed, and boil in the water until it's soft. Okay, so what is this two chili do for this dish? So this big one right here basically is provide the color to the dish, while the small one right here provide the spiciness to the dish. Okay, so if you love spicy, you probably need to add more. I'm using about 5 of this. Okay, originally I'm come from Bangkok, Thailand, and compare me to other Thai people, like average Thai people, I barely eat spicy. So this is basically a good level of spiciness for me. But if you love spicy, feel free to add more. The next ingredients that you will see right here is basically lemongrass. Okay, so when you go to the Asian market, you will see lemongrass sales like this. What you need to do is, before you cook this recipe, we are not going to use the top part at all. Okay, we're gonna discard it, chop it off, say goodbye to it. Okay, we are going to peel this about 3 or 4 layers. Okay, and then we are going to chop into the small piece like this. All right, so how much for lemongrass that we use? We use about ½ cup. The next ingredients that you can see right next to lemongrass, okay, I'm not sure you guys saw this before. It looks like ginger, but it's not ginger. It's called galangal, and we are going to use about 1 to 2 teaspoons on this. Okay, you just need to also chop it small. Next ingredients, I'm sure that you are very familiar with, is garlic. We are going to use about a 1/4 cup of garlic and about ½ cup of the red shallot. Okay, the next ingredients that we are planning to use is going to be, black pepper. Okay, all right, move on to the next one. So what is that? This is the peanut. Okay, the reason that this one is Penang curry, because Penang curry have this peanut, which is make it totally different from other type of red curries. Okay, so for the peanut we use about ½ cup. All right, okay, now we are going to move on to our last 3 ingredients that it might be hard for you guys to find it. Okay, the first one, I'm not sure if you guys saw this before. Okay, it's actually the skin of one type of citrus. It's called Kaffir Lamb. It looks like lamb, okay, pretty much the same size, almost the same color, a little bit darker, but the skin, if you take a look, is a little bit rough. I'll be honest with you, I don't have it here. I cannot find it here in US. So last time when I was in Thailand, I actually bought it and it's actually come dry like this. So before I use it, it's pretty much just like when I use the dry chili, I will soak this in the water. Okay, and you need about one, okay, just one of this. The next ingredients you can see, okay, I'm sure just Sarah and I, we can smell this, and I hope everyone can smell this just like us. It's called shrimp paste. So this shrimp paste provide the saltiness to the dish. So it's called shrimp paste. Of course, it made from tiny small shrimp, okay, and they basically mix that with salt, okay, and then they puree it and they dry it. This is what are they getting. It looks like this, and we need about just 1 tablespoon of this to make the dish. Okay, the next ingredients that I want to show you to make the curries, you can see the cilantro leaf, right? But we are not using the leaf, we are using the roots. Okay, so if you grow your own cilantro, keep that. Please contact me because I would love to have some. It is very hard to find because when you go to a grocery store, they already basically chop this off and throw in the trash. Basically, this is what we need for the traditional authentic recipe for this. And in Thai cuisine, we use a lot of cilantro root. If you say, Dr. P, I cannot find it, what should I do? What I did before was I used the stem of the cilantro and I use it, okay, to substitute. It might not be as fragrant, but it actually is okay. But if you grow your own cilantro root or you go to the farmer's market and you can find some, use this. It smells amazing. Do we have anyone with questions? Anything?
I have not seen any yet.
No questions? Okay, perfect. All right. So the next thing that I would like to move on is just to tell you, you probably be like, Dr. P, this is so hard to find. How are we gonna make it? Basically, if you take a look right here, okay, all the dry ingredients that we have, like those 2 chili, okay, and the kaffir skin right here, we need to soak in the water or those boil it, and then basically we need to use the mortar. Traditional recipe, use the mortar and pestle right here, and you just basically basting until it's nice, smooth, and puree. Okay, 2020, you don't have to use this anymore. You can just use a blender. But guess what? We are even more convenient than that, right? This is the time to be convenient. You can just go to grocery store and they have basically the Penang curry ready for you. Look just like this, okay? So this dish for 2-3 people, I'm using about 4 ounces of this. And just to make this fast and convenient, let's go ahead and use about 4 ounces of this today from the can, okay? And you can easily find it from grocery store. I think it costs about $1.50, okay? Not more than that. Okay, so, all right. Any questions?
We do have a couple questions.
Questions. Pick a nice one for me.
Let's see. So they asked, is there any order you want to soak them in, the dry ingredients?
No order. You can just have hot boiling water, okay? And then for this, you basically just need to open it up, okay? Okay, like that. Take out all the seed, okay, and use the skin, boil it until it's soft, and you just take it out. That's all you need. And you put it in a blender, puree. That's it, done. And you can put the next one and also this also in there at the same time. It's no big deal. Okay. We need a little bit of liquid because if not, all of these dry ingredients will be too dry for you to blend it all together or puree it. But make sure that when you finish, it needs to be this smooth. Okay. See that? Okay. Any other questions?
Someone wants to know, what is your favorite class to teach at JWU Charlotte?
Every class is my favorite class. So let me tell you what class I teach, okay? I teach food service management here at Charlotte campus. I teach 4061, the restaurant operation, the one that we give students a small budget, and then the student get to be a manager for front and back of the house, okay? I also teach private club management. Right now it's a new class. We call it Exploring Private Club Industry. I also teach strategic management and marketing class. I actually love every class because it's totally different. If you ask for my favorite, it's kind of hard to say. 4621, the restaurant class, I also love it because it's hands-on. I get to be with the student, front of the house, back of the house. That's the class that I love. But I also love private club because that is the class that I am able to have industry people coming in and provide job to the student. Okay. Any other question?
The culinary nut would like to say if you can share a little bit about your background.
My background, originally I'm from Bangkok, Thailand, and this is my starting this fall semester. This is the first time that Johnson & Wales changed from term system to semester. So fall semester is going to be the beginning of my 12th year here at Johnson & Wales. I received my bachelor degree, master, and doctoral degree from Texas Tech University. My bachelor is in Lubbock, Texas. My bachelor is a little bit different area. I was in interior design and architecture, but I always would love to design like hotel, nightclub, not residential. My master was in restaurant hotel management, and my doctoral degree was in hospitality administration from Texas Tech University also. Yep.
Alrighty.
Good. Okay. All right. So let's say right now we got all curries ready, right? Okay. So have your pots ready. Okay. Here's a trick. Always remember that you are working with something in a can, right? So after I've been cooking with this for a long time, I learned that there is a little bit salty already. So easy on the salt. But today, instead of using a salt, I would like to use Thai ingredients. Okay. Every Thai people will have this in their kitchen. It's the fish sauce. Okay. You can buy any brand. Okay. I personally like this brand. They don't pay me. I got nothing from them. But personally, I like this brand. But if you found other brand, feel free to use it also. Okay. So easy on that. I will show you how to use it. So basically, about low medium heat. Okay. We will go ahead and put this first in there. All the curry. This is 4 ounces of curry. Okay. In here. Use it all. Okay. Right. Okay. And you probably be like, Dr. P, do we need any oil? Nope, no oil, because I will show you something more tips in a little bit. You can see that it's a little bit wet, and the reason that I cook like this, just because I would like to bloom herb and spice. You can smell that there's an amazing flavor that's coming out. Aroma is very good. Okay, so how long we supposed to cook this? About 30-40 seconds. Okay, and you don't want this to get dry. You just want it to be a little bit drier than before, so the herb and spice the flavors can come out. Okay. So while I'm waiting for this to be a little bit drier, let's take a look at our next ingredients. So the next ingredient, since we are working with curry, of course, we are going to use coconut milk. Okay. So again, any brand of coconut milk is fine. I personally like this brand. It's called Chef's Choice. Again, I did not get paid. Okay, but it seems like this brand provides very good texture and flavor to it. Okay, but there are also 3 or 4 other different brands from Thailand that you can use, no problem. So here's a trick. When you buy coconut milk, do not shake. Okay, so you probably be like, so how come I can't shake? Just because in coconut milk there is a lot of coconut fat in there, and scientific fat is lighter. So when it's like the temperature is cooler, fat will float to the top. I need that fat to cook my curry with. So if you take a look closer, okay, you see all the fat, okay, and liquid, right? I don't want the liquid yet. I just want the fat, okay? And now it looks like it's a little bit drier. I will go ahead and put my coconut fat in there. So do your best to get the most coconut fat that you can from this. Put it in here. Not the juice or the liquid yet, okay? Just the fat. All right, do your best. Okay. And I will today, for the demo, I will go ahead and make beef Penang for you. Okay. The good thing about Thai cuisine is you can change any protein that you like. If you say, Dr. P, I don't eat beef, I don't like beef, can I use chicken? Feel free, use chicken. Okay. What about something else? Can you use pork? Of course, use pork. Sometimes I use pork, sometimes I use chicken, or sometimes I use beef. Up to you, whatever you like. Okay. So right now we are going to go ahead and mix coconut milk with the curries. Okay. And we are going to cook this for about a couple more minutes. Okay. After this, what we will do is we are going to add beef in here. Do we have any questions from anyone?
Someone would like to know the brand of the curry paste.
The brand for the curry paste?
Yes.
Okay. The brand that I like is called Maesri, Maesri. Penang curry. See that?
Yes.
Okay. There are also other brands. If you cannot find this brand around your hometown where you live, you can also use another brand. But again, try to make one first, and if you feel like, oh, it's not spicy enough or it's too salty, then for the next time you can also add more, okay, or adjust your recipe. Any other questions?
I think that's it for now.
That's it for now. Okay. Alright. So right now we are just waiting. Okay. So if you take a look right here, I have beef that I already cut earlier. Okay. And then what happened is, if you take a look a little bit closer, I'm not sure you can see it right now. You can see that the curry, the fat, start to separate by its from each other. A little bit orange color right here. Can you see that? Okay. So basically, the curries tell me that, Dr. P, I'm ready for the next step. Okay. So what I would like to do is, I'm gonna go ahead and put my beef in there, my protein. Like I said, you can use different type of protein that you like. You can use beef, you can use chicken, you can use pork. Okay. So today I'm gonna use beef. Okay. And the reason that I put the beef in there right now is because I want the flavor, okay, of the curry get into my beef, my protein, and I also want to cook my beef with the coconut fat. So basically, it will get a little bit softer. It will not be too tough or chewy to eat, okay, when it's ready. Okay. Any questions so far? Okay.
I think that's it for now.
That's it for now. Okay. So what happened is, I would like to let you guys know that while we are waiting for the beef to cook, okay, I also cook another dish for you guys. Okay. So this one will be beef with the curry that cooks together. Sometimes you'll be like, Dr. P, how do you eat this? Most of the time, traditionally we eat this with rice. Okay. So if you feel like, oh, I don't want to eat rice today, but I want to eat Penang curry, what can I eat it with? So what happened is, you can eat it with something like pasta. So what happened is, I have the pasta that I already cooked, okay, and I also have Penang curry. See, the finished one should look like this. You can see the separation of the fat that comes on top. This is very beautiful. Okay, good job, Dr. P, right? Okay, so what you need to do is just have the Penang curry. Okay, put some of this in here.
We have another question. What
Sure.
is the difference between yellow, green, and red curry?
Different type of chili that they put in there, and couple of ingredients. Okay, for example, like for this Penang curry, we have peanut, but another type of red curries do not have peanut in there. All right. So if you would like to eat it with pasta, you feel like, oh, tonight I would like to eat a fusion cuisine, Thai cuisine, but I don't want to eat it with rice. I would like to eat it with pasta. Okay, so I'm gonna heat this up. Okay, and then what I will do is, I will go ahead and have my pasta that I'm ready. I already cooked, mix it in here. Right. Okay. Any other questions that I have?
That's it for right now.
Sarah, you have question?
Not so far.
Alright. Okay. So now it's ready. I'm gonna go ahead and put my pasta in here.
Do you want to give a brief summary of what the dish is again for those who have just tuned in?
Oh yeah, this is Penang's curry from Thailand. It's actually one of my favorite curries that I love. The good thing about Penang's curry is someone like me that I don't really eat spicy. Penang's curry is not that spicy compared to other curries, okay? And another thing that is very traditional about Penang's curry is Penang's curry doesn't have a lot of liquid in there. Compared to other types of curries, it will be a lot of liquid that got in there. So I also have shrimp that I saute a little bit earlier. So I'm gonna go ahead and mix that all together in here. Okay. And this is what I'm gonna do. Let me move this.
Someone asked, do you still make sweet chili sauce to go on top?
For this one, to be honest, no. The flavor, okay, of the Penang's curry is already flavorful. So basically, you don't need to have anything in there with it at all.
And what cut of beef do you use for the curry?
Today I used the flank steak. Okay. You can use anything that you like. Okay. Like I said, the good thing about Thai cuisine or Asian cuisine, you can change to the protein that you love. Anything will be fine. You like pork, use pork. If you like to eat chicken, you can use chicken. I prefer using dark meat because I feel like chicken thigh, something like that, that would be very nice. But you also can use chicken breast. If you feel like, oh, I don't want to eat meat today, you can also use tofu. Tofu would be fine also. Okay, all right. So while I'm waiting for that, so looks like my Penang pasta with shrimp is ready. Okay, and I would like to garnish this a little bit. So I have red bell peppers right here. Okay, I like to garnish thinly slice. I also have the leaf of Kaffir Lamb. If you never see the leaf before, it looks like this. And I basically thinly slice it. Okay, sprinkle this on top and serve this with basil. Okay. So anyone's hungry, this is your plate. Okay. Alright. So if we come back, so that is one option that you can eat with pasta. Okay. Now if you come back, what I would like to add more, you remember that I have coconut milk left, right? Okay, so add about half of this, the rest of coconut milk that you have left in there, not the whole can. Remember that I mentioned that Penang's curry doesn't have a lot of liquid compared to other type of curries. Okay, so add about half. Okay, and then cook this in like low heat for a little bit. You can see that there is a little bit of separation of fat right there. Okay, Sarah, you can show this one. Once it's finished, the fat should float out like that. Okay, can you guys see that? See, there's a big separation. That is exactly what we're looking for. So when you cook curry, make sure that you are not in a hurry. You take your time. All right. Okay. So next thing, let's say you be like, Dr. P, what if I don't like shrimp? What if I don't like beef or chicken? Can eat it with something else? Of course. So guess what? I have a very nice piece of salmon, okay, that you guys can use. And this is what we can do. Okay. I can easily put the Penang sauce that I have ready, basically on the bottom. Okay. Oops. Like that. And then I have a very nice piece of my salmon that I can just put right there. Excuse my drop, so let me wipe that off. This never happened, okay? You guys don't see this, okay? And then to make it look nice, the leftover of the coconut milk that you guys saw earlier, what I can do is I can just make a white drop in here like that. Okay. And then okay, actually that looks nice. Okay, and then of course same thing, I can use a little bit of red bell pepper with Kaffir Lamb, sprinkle a little bit on top. Okay, and you can easily eat this with your rice or eat it by itself, okay, because it's very very flavorful. I saute my salmon just with oil and a little bit of salt and pepper. That's it, nothing on the salmon at all, just salt and pepper.
Okay, and did you season the shrimp with anything?
Salt and pepper, that's it. Always remember that Penang's curry is already flavorful, so you don't need to add many things on it. Okay, if you come back to the Penang beef that we have earlier, you can see that there's a big separation. So looks like my beef are nicely cooked. So we need to season this, right? So what do I use for season? I only use two more things to season. Of course, I'm gonna go with my fish sauce. For fish sauce and whatever type of seasoning that you are using for cooking, always remember that you always can add more, but you cannot take it out. So put a little bit at each time and then keep tasting it. I always have a tasting spoon with me, and then I will keep tasting. If I need to be more salty, I add more. I need to be more sweet, I add more. But always remember, you cannot take out, okay? So like I mentioned, since today we are using can for curry from can, they already add salt in there. So it's already a little bit of salty, but we need the flavor, okay, from the fish sauce. So I'm gonna add a little bit. That's all I'm gonna add. Okay, that's it. All right. And then another thing that we need, remember I mentioned Penang is one of my favorite because I love sweet, right? So we are going to use palm sugar today. If you don't have palm sugar at home, okay, you can also use just granulated sugar, okay? But if you have palm sugar will provide a better flavor for you. So I'm gonna use about 1 tablespoon of palm sugar, okay, in here. Okay, if you buy palm sugar in a container like this, okay, most of the time when you open it, you will see like a thin layer, okay, on top. You probably be like, what is that? It's actually wax, but it's edible wax that they use it to preserve. What you need to do is just, you know, just break it and take it off. Okay, that's all you have to do. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and mix my sugars in there and make sure it's nice and dissolved. If you don't have palm sugar, what you can do is you can use granulated sugar, okay, and that should be fine. Any questions that we have?
There are a few. One of them is, and I'm probably gonna say this wrong, is this like massaman curry?
Massaman.
Yes.
Okay, massaman curry is actually another type of a curry dish. Massaman curry will involve putting pineapple and pineapple juice in there. So that will be totally different. Yeah. This is Penang. P-A-N-A-G. Penang curry. Yep. But I also love massaman curry. And massaman curry, they don't put peanut into the curry, but they put peanut at the end after they finish, before serving. Yep. So I'm gonna go ahead and taste this. I'm sure it tastes great. Amazing. Any other questions?
If you're serving this for a group, what other traditional Thai dishes would go well with this curry?
Oh, to be honest, to eat curries, sometimes Thai people eat it with hard-boiled eggs or just like pan-fried eggs. Okay, but for Americans, when we mention egg, you guys probably be thinking about breakfast, right? But actually, pan-fried egg is what we eat in traditional Thai dish, and we just have like egg. We beat it up. We put a little bit of fish sauce in there, and then we just have the pan and the oil. We just cook that. Nicely done. You can also eat this with any type of vegetable that you like. That would be good also. Any stir-fried vegetable would be good. So let me move this. Do we have any other questions?
What about Thai desserts? What would be one of your favorite?
Oh my God, I don't even want to start about Thai dessert. I love traditional Thai dessert, especially the one that from Portuguese in France. I love it. Like they use egg yolk and then they cook that in a syrup, like a sugar syrup, and they make like different shape of egg yolks. That's so good. I love pretty much all of the traditional Thai dessert. It's so hard to say. They have so many varieties of it. Okay, so to eat it with rice, okay, basically you can just put your soup on the side just like that. Okay, right, and then have your beef. Let's go. And in Thailand we eat jasmine rice. Okay, and jasmine rice from Thailand is actually amazing. The reason it's called jasmine because the fragrance of the jasmine of the rice is it's amazing. Okay, oops, you guys don't see this again. This never happened. All right, so let me do a little bit more garnish. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and put a little bit more kaffir lamb in there. Okay. Alright, so if I move everything out, do we have any questions?
Someone asked what drink would go with this.
What drinks? If you like alcohol, you can always eat this with your wine. Wine would be awesome. In Thailand, basically, they love beer. Thai beer, that would be good. I prefer water because I do not drink alcohol. Water would be good. Anything would be fine. Anything would be great with the dish. If you like to do a little bit of garnish, you can also do that from here, so you get some contrast flavor on the dish, just like that. So, any questions?
Can we see the brand of palm sugar that you used?
Of course. So here is the brand of the palm sugar. There are so many different brands that you can use. Sometimes it doesn't come in a container like this. Sometimes it's come in, it looks like a cap, like a shell cap. So you can use that also. Okay. Just use the one that said made in Thailand or product of Thailand. So, all right. Do we have any other questions?
I think that is it for now.
That was it for now. Okay. So I think it's about time. Thank you so much for joining us today. In about 2 weeks, okay, in 2 more weeks, we should have another chef that come in and show you guys another dish. Again, right now during COVID-19 time, I would like everyone to stay healthy, okay? If you plan to visit the campus, any Johnson & Wales campus, please make sure to wear masks, okay? Because right now it's required for faculty, staff, and also authorized visitor. And today, Sarah and I would like to say thank you for joining us today. Have a happy, what is today? Today is Tuesday, right? Have a happy Tuesday. Enjoy the rest of the week. If you are coming back to school this coming fall term, I hope to see you guys soon in about a week and a half. Thank you so much.